Hey everybody, I've got a new caulking gun. Look at the size of this thing. Could this be the best caulking gun ever? I don't know. Let's take a look at all of its features and we'll try it out. And then we'll try it out on a couple of other videos too. Let's see what we think here. So we're here on the workbench and we've got the new caulking gun. Again, its name on here is Silicon. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it correctly. Now obviously it's way smaller than this other one. This one was my favorite caulking gun that I've been using, as you can see, for the last couple of years. I did a video on this gun. I'm gonna link to it right up here. I do really like this gun, and it's dripless. It's been a great caulking gun for me. I've got so much crap on it, but the things work great for me. But just look at the size. It's a standard size caulking gun, right? And when you first put the caulk in there, look at the length versus this. Okay, so this one will never be longer than the actual caulk tube itself. Okay, whereas these, they only shorten up once you start using caulk and the rod starts to go inside. So if you have tight spaces to get into, let's say you're caulking behind a toilet and there's not a lot of room, obviously this gun will come in handy. So how does it work? Well, first let me just show you here. There is a pin that you can pull out, and this is what's used to puncture the seal in your caulk tube, and the thing rests right in here. I have to read up on this to see what else this thing does, but in any case, it's that punctures the caulk tube. Okay, I'm gonna get it back in. Okay, you load it in the front, okay, and you're gonna squeeze this tab in here and push this in as far as it will go. When you squeeze it in, it opens up the circle so this thing can fit as far as it'll go, and then once you meet resistance, you'll start squeezing and it'll start pulling the tube through. Now you're asking yourself, well, what's happening when the tube, like, how is it pulling the tube through and also squeezing the caulk out at the same time? Well, look in here. Here's the plunger that pushes the back of the tube, but then also there's a cutter here. See this piece of metal? Well, on the opposite side, when the tube goes through, it's going to start cutting a slit through here. That's how the thing will make its way through. Okay, so let's do that here. This tube has already been used mostly. We're going to get this thing in here. We're going to watch this go. Watch it cutting in the back. See that? Okay, there's not much left. And here's the other interesting thing about this. Let's say you are almost done with this tube, okay? And you want to save it for later. Let's see how I get this out, actually. There we go. Just figured it out. Press down on the button and push down and it'll come out. Okay, so now if you'd like, you don't need all this. You can cut this off. And cut it. Now you've got a compact tube remaining. Right? You've got a little bit of caulk left. You don't need to save this giant thing. You can just use whatever's left and hold on to this. And you can, of course, seal the top. I've got a really cool video that I'll show you guys on how to seal these without them drying out inside. But anyway, this is what's left. So not bad. Just because of, I suppose you can do that with any of these. It doesn't matter whether or not you're using this caulking gun, but this is a great little thing. Now, I want to talk about durability. So this is all plastic, okay? Oh, by the way, it also has a little hook that you could hang this thing in your garage or your shop if you'd like. It looks like that's what that's for. So it's plastic. This is also plastic too. I mean, here we have a metal one, and you know, I think this is they'll all work fine, despite the fact that we've got plastic here. However, I will say this: I did have a situation one time where I was trying to purge the caulk out of a tube that had already been opened in the past, and you know, the stuff in here was a little thicker and drier than usual. I was trying to push it out to get to the fresh stuff, and in squeezing this so hard, I actually bent the metal. The thing torqued, and the caulking gun basically broke because I was squeezing so hard, and it was just too much resistance in here. You know, probably my fault that that happened, but I don't know that if you had to exert a lot of pressure on these guns that have plastic handles like this, that they would hold up. But for the most part, any job you're going to do at home, this should be just fine. Now let's give this a shot. Let's caulk something. I've got a spot in the garage where the drywall meets some cement, and you know, don't necessarily need caulk there, but it's a good spot to test this out. So we're gonna put a regular tube of caulk in here. Now one thing that I do notice is, unlike some of these other guns here, where you have a cutter, this one, just I guess due to its construction and design, there's no room for a cutter, so you do have to use either a scissor or a blade. Cut it off. Okay, and here's that thing to puncture. Now you gotta wipe this off. All right, let's take it on over to the spot. There we go. Handle squeeze is easy enough. It's supposed to be dripless. It's still coming out. Now it stopped. Okay, it didn't stop right away. Just wasting the tube to make this video and test out this caulk. It's caulking gun. Okay, so we used about 3/4 of the tube on that. Let's get this thing out. So one thing I'd say is maybe it could be a little bit easier to take out, right? But I like the way it worked. For the most part, it worked well. It could have been a little bit more dripless when I released the trigger, but I like it. I think this is going to be my go-to caulking gun for now, at least for the next few projects anyway. It was a little easier than this one here that I have liked a lot. Okay, and we'll also keep. I have no use for these, so probably hit the trash as soon as I'm done with this video. But yeah, the next couple of videos where I need to use a caulking gun, and I do have a few coming up, you're going to watch me use this. I'm going to also leave a link in the description where you can purchase this, and also the first pinned comment. So yeah, overall I'm pretty impressed with this little caulking gun. It worked well for me, so recommended. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will see you again next time.